Good evening, folks. Al Q Weather here with a Thursday night weather update. It is 8:10 Eastern Standard Time on October the 15th. It is the hump day of the month. My students love to hear me say that, I'm sure. All right, so what you're looking at right here is our Friday into Saturday rainmaker. Yes, it is. All right, you could see it here. I put it in a nice gift for you. Starting sometime tomorrow afternoon. And sometimes these like to move in faster than model. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System. Okay, and you could see it running through there with some heavier rains. Lyncher made the call. He's got to postpone that concert at Veterans Park for the Penguin Plunge. Sorry to say, but they're postponing it until next Friday. All right, so let's go take a look at what the GFS has to say, if my mouse will cooperate with me here. All right, we don't want that there. We're going to take a look over here. We can see it in a wider view, nice and slow. There it is. Yellow, heavier bands of rain. Dark green, heavier bands of rain. There you have some heavier rain at hour 30, which puts us around early Saturday morning at this time. And then it starts to, here's a low pressure system. Thank God it's staying weak. And you can see the cold air coming in behind it. All right, this 540 line. That's usually your freezing line, 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. But we don't live up there. We live at the surface of the earth. So it'll moderate. And you can see it pushes all the way down. This is pretty impressive for this time. It pushes all the way down to the Mason-Dixon, below the Mason-Dixon line, Whistling-Dixie down there. All right, as it starts to pull out, the low pressure system pulls out. You can see blues. That means snow to the Snow Queen and Snow Princess. So how much are we looking at? Here is a short-range model called the GEM-LAM, or the HRDPS. Don't ask me what all those acronyms stand for. We just call it the GEM-LAM. All right, and it's saying here, we're saying about 1.5 inches to possibly 2 inches. But the GFS says, I think we're going to see more. It's usually a dry model. So we're seeing anywhere from 1.25 inches out in West Jersey over into the city of 2 inches of rain, even almost 3 inches down in the Middlesex, Monmouth County region, Freehold. Otta and family may be looking at that total. Here you go. Close up. All right. Bird's eye view here. City's looking at 2 inches, 2.5 inches of rain. And once we get down to the Freehold area into Western Monmouth, they could be seeing almost 3 inches of rain. They got 3 inches in the last storm. That is 2 months worth of rain in 2 storms. Now let's take a look at the temperatures. On the backside, here you are for tomorrow night. Folks, getting into the 30s, all the way into this region right here. So you're talking about a good section of northern New Jersey getting into the 30s. In some spots, the colder spots, such as West Milford, let's see, Vernon and Hamburger, all right, and out in Warren County, Blairstown, Blair Witch Hunt region, they'll be down to the freezing mark. They'll have frost, possible freeze warnings going up for Saturday evening. Or you may see frost all the way down into Snow Princess land, down into Wayne. All right, could be some frost in that region as well, and also into Western Bergen County. Okay, so that's what to look forward to this weekend. Now, the GFS model here is for Tuesday, the storm I've been talking about, Tuesday to Wednesday. Doesn't look like much now, but once we get this first storm out of the way, we take it one at a time, just like the Highlands boys soccer team, one game at a time. Boys are 4-0-1, undefeated. Oh, doing awesome. Touches me soccer heart. So here's a low pressure system. It's over central PA in a Mikey Muggs land. Looks to cut to our west. There should be more precipitation on the eastern flank. Not buying this right now, but we'll see what happens. It looks like This is where the front is. It's going to try and run the front. I think the front is going to be a little bit more pressed south and east along here, along western PA and into central New York. And I think the low pressure system is going to basically be a little further south and east. Just my hunch, but also from what I'm seeing in the models. So I think that's going to be another rainmaker for us as well. Tuesday, all right, from that end. Now, moving forward here, let's take a look at what we have for the next 2 weeks as far as snow and sleet. Look at this, kaboom in this region here. Look what's going to happen down here in the Rockies. Whoa, Wyoming, say it ain't so, right? Idaho, woof, Montana, snows all the way into Chicago. Look at the northern plains. These crops done for the year. Then we see a little tippy touch over here and some in the northern New York area. Look at that. And then we get some through the Appalachians in west of Virginia and into Pennsylvania. All right. And you can see kind of the lake effects kick in. Look at this. This is incredible. You're talking 3 to 4 feet of snow in this Ontario, Newfoundland region, and even to Nova Scotia of eastern Canada. That is going to bode well if it can hold through the fall, because that means you have a cold air source right here that can bleed into the Northeast. Let's take a closer up look. Look at this. All right. Look at upstate New York. Whoa. Sarah, a little further north than you, but you may be on the tippy touch here. This may be Albany right now. I'm not quite sure. Gershieland over here, you could be seeing some flakes by Halloween. That would be interesting. All right. So got to take a look at that. Keep an eye on that. That's basically later on. So let's pull it back a little bit here. And there is a storm system that we really have to keep our eyes on. It's going to develop in the Western Caribbean, folks. It's going to come up the coast. How far close it gets, GFS has been waffling back and forth. One had it making landfall. One had it skimming the coast. One has it off the coast. One has it out to sea. Mixed bag right now, too far out. But we have to keep our eye on it because it can be a hybrid system, a la our friend from SpongeBob Land. You know the squirrel? Sandy. Yeah, don't want to use her name. But let's take a look at some early ramblings of winter from the USA Weather website from a gentleman by the name of Newman. You know that postal guy from Seinfeld? Here is the Northeast region. We have warm waters right here, right now. A storm should develop in the Western Caribbean, come up this way, up the coast. There should be another one behind it. We could be looking at 2 to 3 systems over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Don't be surprised by that. You heard it here. All right? Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we could be looking at 2 to 3 tropical systems. All right? Coming out of the Western Caribbean and coming up the coast. Okay? Sorry, TT. I know you're heading down to Florida. Maybe the kiss of death with that one, but we'll see. I'll try and steer it away from the western coast of Florida. All right, but that should cool some of the waters here with what we call upwelling. Look at how cold the waters are here. Wow, are the waters cold. All right, phone is ringing there, we're not getting it. But here's the warm waters off the west coast, which can help give us a high pressure system, as I've been showing, and cause the cold air to spill into the continental United States. Let's take a look at what we have right now. All right, high pressure over the Arctic. Arctic is very cold. Lots of snow building in Siberia. Good sign for the winter when you get late snowfall building in Siberia. We have a deep trough, all right, over central and eastern Canada. That's going to spill some cold air into our region. The warmer waters, warmer air off the coast. This is going to be a battleground for storms. Okay, track could be around this high pressure, around the base of the low pressure system, and this way. If that holds well for winter, folks, well, it could be very interesting. But that is a number of weeks away. I will put my winter outlook out towards the beginning, mid-ish of November. Okay, so from here's our friend Newman. This is a very interesting map because this is what they're talking about for December, January, February. All right. The IRI multi-model probability. It takes a bunch of models and it condenses them together. You see a lot of cold up here in Alaska and Western Canada. Okay. Very warm over here. Very warm means it's, 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. It's still minus 20 up there. Like, you don't freak out over that. It's not melting. It's still very, very cold. We would cry if that ever hit us. All right. But here you go. Below normal. We have a good chance of being below normal here. All right. Over a good portion of this country, the lower 48. That's good. That's a good probability we'll take. And we look and we're right on a tippy touch. We can zoom in. Right on a tippy touch of normalcy here. All right. A little bit wet to our north and to our west. All right, but this is a good sign up here that things are wetter because that means a lot of snow will build here and here. These are our two main cold source regions. All right, so that bodes well. We have a lot to play out. Down here is going to be drier, which means it's going to be warmer than normal. All right, overall, from the looks of it. All right, so that's all I have for this evening. Get out the rain gear for tomorrow into Saturday. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Sunday's going to be the best day. Saturday night's going to be very chilly. Get out the firewood there, Mises, and stoke up that Franklin stove you have there, my man. All right? And you all enjoy your weekend, and I'll give you an update as needed. 822 signing off.